Seriously? Now that's
Okay, but then explain
oh,
why
that's
you
so
have it.
offensive. Why do you? She just asked, why do you have this magnifying glass to read?
Let me find
No,
out
I
what
put it
do.
in front of here, in front of the camera to show the models better.
But we don't have
and
the
it
models
works.
in here.
No, we don't. I just habit, I guess. Criminy. I swear. She's like busting my chops all day. Hey, check it out.
There are some white skinny legs.
Those are some white skinny legs. Las piernas del pollo.
Were you wearing socks with your flip-flops the other day?
No.
Oh.
I don't wear socks with my flip-flops.
I was reading through the comments on one of the
Anymore.
the high kick and chicken videos, and they asked if you were wearing socks.
Well, I wear booty socks with my shoes.
Booty socks?
Booty socks.
Hey, booty socks.
They're made out of genuine booty.
Oh,
It's
boy.
like these socks are so soft. What are they made out of? You don't want to know.
Oh.
All right. So anyway, okay. I have so much news. It's ridiculous.
This might be a long one. I know.
It is.
Hi,
Okay,
everybody.
so, hey, Blue Table fans. Hey. All right. So
Hold on, Sean
first
has
off,
empty his pockets.
First off, yes, I don't
Okay.
like things in my pockets when I'm sitting down. It's one of the numerous,
What else do you have?
the
Do you do
numerous
this every time you sit down?
elderly idiosyncrasies
Do you
I'm
do this
working
every
on.
time you sit down?
Not every time, but like at a restaurant or whatever, I gotta
Just
get all the
empty
stuff
it
out of
out?
my pockets. Yeah.
Do you leave stuff ever?
Blam, right
Do
there.
you leave stuff
I
ever?
worry that I may someday. Hold on, this might not be straight.
Okay.
Okay, so we go to this. What is it? We went out for Greek like a couple weeks back. My wife and I, and some friends of ours. And on the way home, we went by Whole Foods, which my wife loves.
Right.
And I got olives out of the olive bar. So I'm eating these pitted olives, and my wife comes in. She's going, "Oh my gosh, your tooth! You chipped your front tooth." I jagged like a quarter of one of my front teeth out. This gets better.
Eating olives though?
Flashback 5 minutes. I'm like, wow, this pit is really tough. And I just crunched. I thought I had broken off part of the pit. I had actually chewed and eaten part of my own tooth.
Sean, that's so gross. That is so gross.
So this big old hillbilly buck tooth. It looks so dumb.
Crunching down on it too.
And I was sad because I'd taken so much effort with my braces to get my teeth straight, like in my mid-30s.
I can't even look at you the same
I had
now.
braces.
Yeah, you can see
You
it.
see like a little spot
No,
there.
it's not a little spot. It's huge.
Oh no, that's an imperfection that's on the interior of the
Oh,
tooth.
okay.
Yeah, he couldn't get rid of that. Or at least he said, which is point number one. And I asked my dentist this, I'm like, how do you know when a dentist has done a bad job? He's like, well, you can't really. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, so I'm just trusting you to do it right. Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go. So it was that they might have to do a root canal. That was
Right.
the problem, did it chip so deep, you know? And I said, well, if you do need to do a root canal, you have to call it a happy rainbow.
Why?
I make them call it a happy rainbow.
To make it better?
Yeah, because the other words just kind of set me on edge.
You're
So
like a
anyway,
little
no, I'm dead
kid.
serious.
I know you are
say
right
that.
now.
So anyway, flashback. So I go into the dentist's office, and the ladies are like looking at it. You know, I'm like, okay, I'm here for this. Can you fix that? This is the problem. And she's like, well, it looks like we'll have to do an MILF procedure. And I was like,
A milk procedure?
I was like, a pardon? And I'm looking around, I'm like, this is a regular dentist, right?
Where's the milk at? Where is she?
And so, anyway, they realized the connection and started laughing. But anyway, I found out that it was, it stands for something. It stands for, mesial incisal lingual facial.
Wow.
So there you go.
Say that
That it
5 times
meant
fast.
that I would have to have a filling that kind of went all around, basically. So, but I still advise you guys, be careful if you go to the dentist and they want to do a MILF procedure, then just make sure you double check. Just double check. Just be like, that does mean a mesial incisal lingual facial procedure, right?
Awesome.
So anyway.
Did you write
okay,
that down?
Now your
Is that
turn.
one of the ones that you wrote down? Oh, it is.
have
Milk
that.
procedure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's continue.
So,
And by way, that is the only thing we are talking about here.
The milk.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So this happened right before Adepticon, though, and you were really stressed out because you're like, I don't even know if I'm going.
I was, because, well, it's food.
Right.
Good, and if you have a toothache,
Right.
a horrible, horrible toothache,
Right.
before a 4-day trip, who are you going to go see? Where can you go? Because I'm
You
sure
just
they
get-
don't have dentists in Chicago.
You just get like the baby teething cream.
Oh, is that a thing?
Oh, it really helps.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah. It really
Well,
helps.
but fortunately, it was perfect. So hats off. I have it on my to-do list to call the doctor and thank him
Is it on there?
for doing.
It is. Hey, that's my dentist.
Is it? Okay, good.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
dentist.
he's pretty good. I'm starting to like him.
Yeah.
He looks like Mike E. Next time you go, see the similarity.
No.
Yeah, he does.
No.
He does.
He has.
He does.
No.
Passing resemblance at least.
All right, I'll have to look
Okay,
next time I
there
go.
we go. Okay, now you say
So
something.
we just got done with Valhalla last week.
Oh.
And it was so much fun. I've never been before, and I just have to say that it was awesome. It was so much fun. We all hung out. The food was spectacular. I'm pretty sure I gained like 10 pounds last week.
Well, you know how I feel about that. Go ahead.
No, Sean, how do you feel about
here's
that?
how I feel about that. I think people shouldn't watch their weight. I think they should eat what
they should
they
just
want
watch it get
and
bigger?
enjoy their life and just get bigger clothes if necessary. Because you will plateau out at what I call your happiness weight.
Well, people don't do that though, and they end up being about, 400 or 500 pounds, and
But I don't think
They're
most
not
people
happy.
would plateau out at 400 pounds. No, seriously,
Right.
if you ate anything you wanted, what would be the weight that you would plateau out at? That's a rhetorical question, by the way.
okay, I was like, I
I
don't
didn't
know.
expect you to answer out loud, but that's the question. My weight is 215. I eat whatever I want, whenever I want, and that is what it is. So there you go.
215.
People always like, well, I'll do that forever. It'll keep going up. Well, okay. I'm sure Walmart will be selling bigger belts by then.
Sean's gonna have a heart attack next week, and we're
John
gonna...
showed me his belt,
Yeah.
and seriously, there were like 18 notches in it, and the last 5 were ones he had to drill out.
Because he lost so much weight.
Yeah, because he's been losing so much weight.
Yeah, that's
He's doing
good. That is good.
Anyway, some more about Valhalla.
So, I play roller derby, and I don't know if you guys know that. I'm sure you do. But, so there was a game Saturday night, and I stole a couple of our guests, and I took them to it, and they loved it.
And that's the great thing about Valhalla.
Is that I get to steal people and take them to my world.
That's not a guaranteed feature. I'm just saying.
Right,
Is that the staff comes out. You pointed out that people might not know that. I thought it was just so obvious it didn't bear mentioning. But yes, BTP staff come out. You get to play games with the
We
staff.
were out there, out of the 4 days
That
that I
is
was
a-
out there twice. Sarah's out there the whole time. And then our staff was there, a lot of it. So it was really fun. Yeah. It was awesome, actually.
And if you were to come out to one and it were like packed, and you were like, "Hey, I'd like to play some staff," then yeah, we can get some up there.
I don't
But
play.
the usual thing is
that
that staff do go up, even just to be there.
Yeah.
Even
We
just to
like
be
hanging
there.
out there. It's pretty cool.
We had.
Please edit out my snort.
Oh no, that's going in. That is that's going in. Yep. Yeah, I don't think we can.
I don't.
mention
There's a
that.
hot tub up there. It's pretty cool.
It is. I think we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it was really fun though, and relaxing. One of our guests had said, that you have promoted it, like come up and you won't have any worries and just kind of hang out with us. And he thought that was kind of a hokey way to sell it.
Right.
But then he got up there and he's like, it really was like that. Like people called and I was like, nope, I'm not dealing with anything.
It leaches the stress out to be up there.
And I really think it does for us too. Like we just get to go out, relax, kind of hang out with you guys, and it was really fun.
My goal was to delegate every single task. It was like on Wednesday when we were going up there, Sarah's like, "Oh, we need to pick up the tape measures from Springville. Can you take care of that, Sean?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "You got it. The tape measures will be there."
And I gave
And
you some
so
crap
I'm
about
like,
this because then Sean's
Tara,
like, hey Tara.
go up and get the tape measures from this address.
But then
So
Sarah was
people
like,
kept throwing things at me to do, and I was like,
Did Sarah end up coming up to you though and was like,
Sticky
thank you for going to get those. Did you take credit for it?
no.
Do you
No,
take
I
credit
didn't.
for it?
Do I generally take credit for things that
That
aren't
you've
me?
delegated? Yes.
I think it's a mix.
That is a big fat yes.
By the way, I have no idea what my hair looks like.
I cut his hair just about 10 minutes ago.
So there's that.
I think it looks pretty flashy.
It feels good. Feels good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, do I look like Ed Grimley?
Who's Ed Grimley?
Such a wonderful haircut, I must say. On a beautiful day.
I don't know who that
It's
is.
it's a character created by Ed Grimley. Not Ed Grimley.
I was like, right?
By Martin Short. Martin Short created this
Oh.
character named Ed Grimley.
Okay.
And he's so excited. He wears like suspenders and his pants come up to here. He's just kind of this skinny, nerdy, buck-toothed creature. There's a cartoon about him. Ed
Really?
Grimley, the cartoon, yeah.
Huh.
Ed Grimley. I must say. A Canadian nickel, mine.
All right then.
Yeah. Good times.
Okay, what else
Good
you
times
got?
with Ed Grimley.
What else you
Okay, so last night, my 3-year-old daughter comes in. She says, Daddy, I want an egg. Okay, because we had a baggie with hard-boiled eggs, a Ziploc.
Okay.
Right? And they were already peeled and everything. And she was eating one earlier in the day.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay, great. I'm like, well, don't ask me, silly. Just go to the refrigerator and get an egg. So she's like, okay, Daddy. She goes in, so now she's out of sight. So she opens the refrigerator, doesn't see the bag of hard-boiled, pre-peeled eggs. She sees an thing of eggs, which she gets out, and she takes one out, and this is what I'm imagining, based on the evidence. So she takes one out, she looks at it, she's like, this isn't a hard-boiled egg that I can eat. Maybe the egg is inside this. So she cracks it on the floor.
Just
she
throws
it on the floor. And then nope.
How many does she do?
A dozen, I do believe.
Oh boy.
And so she comes back in. Daddy, there are no eggs. So we go out, and it is like a yard around this puddle of shells and egg goo, right? And it was so bad. Anyway. So she doesn't get, my wife's like shooting me glances because I'm laughing. It's so hilarious because the shirt she has on, it says ninjas made me do it. And I'm like, get the camera. So I make her like pose for it, you know?
Like in front of the
so she's
egg
going
nest.
like this. And it was pretty hilarious.
That was pretty funny.
And we did find out that really there was no malice involved with this. Oh, that's Elise. Coming in from the bus stop.
She rides the bus.
Yeah, we tell her we'll give her a ride, but no.
Nope, she rides
She
the bus.
insists on.
With bins.
The last time I rode a public bus, I got an argument with a guy over whether Klingons were real. He was pretty upset that I suggested that they weren't. And that was the day when I was like, I shall never get on a bus again.
Dang you bus
And
people.
I never have. Yep, good old bus people.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sure in other places the bus is wonderful. Okay, anyway.
I don't think so. I've never been on
It's
a great
always
bus.
terrible.
I would think so.
Well, you know.
I mean, like the subway, the tracks, all of it's just kind of
now, in Salt Lake City, I loved.
By the
whatever
way,
it is.
hold on.
Okay, yeah,
Now
please.
Salt Lake City. I went to City Creek Mall.
Yeah, and?
I'm very disappointed.
Yeah?
And I was surprised that you
Well,
liked
why were
this
you
mall so
disappointed?
much. Because you had talked it up so much. You're like, oh, this mall is so cool. Do you remember this?
Yeah, but what did I say was cool about
The
it?
creek in the middle of the mall.
You didn't think the creek in the middle of the mall
I
was
didn't even
cool?
notice it halfway through it. I know. And then I was like, oh, here's the stupid creek.
They'd have to get like live elk and ospreys to impress Shannon.
And I was
Hey,
surprised
go
that you
ahead.
liked it because it is a big mall. You have to walk really far.
Yeah.
You're not much of a walker, so that was surprising. I'm sorry.
I don't
now
care.
I feel
Come on.
bad.
Why would you feel bad?
I don't know because that look. Well, it was a big
Oh, I gave her the look of disappointment. I had somebody say that it was soul killing because I went up to the camera and I was
Soul
like this.
killing?
Yeah. I was like this. You're like, oh, his disappointment is palpable. It's in my heart now.
But yeah, I was pretty disappointed in the mall.
Yeah. Well, I would never go buy anything there. Actually, it's all like high-end shops.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure is great for some people. Like I went in and like, oh, that's a cool suitcase. It's like $1,200 for the suitcase.
Yeah.
Like who pays? I paid $900 for my car. I'm like, I'll just to drive my crap somewhere
Yeah.
than roll it around in this $1,200 suitcase, you know.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
It was pretty nice though. It was all fancy and new, but
It was all fancy and new.
yeah.
That's about it. But boy, you better
But
keep the dress code.
I don't think that's
It's
a real thing.
private.
No,
No, I
that's a real
think
thing.
you don't think that. Do you think that's just a rumor?
Yeah.
Okay.
There were a bunch of things going around that said that people like were showing tattoos and they got kicked out of it. And
Oh, okay.
they were wearing like things, but I think it was all
Oh,
just
I
rumors.
think that's rumors. All right. Well, there you go.
I don't know.
Okay. So what else?
Professors.
City Creek, thumbs down.
Yeah, thumbs up by Sean. Thumbs
The
down.
creek in City Creek, thumbs up. I
Not
thought it was
really,
cool.
it was
I thought it was cool. It had fish in it.
Can you walk in it?
I'm easily pleased.
Can you walk in
No,
it?
I don't think so.
Then it's not that cool.
All right.
I would
whatever.
walk in it. If I could walk in it, I'd probably like it a little bit better.
I'm building a Necron army.
Are you?
Yep, I'm gonna make it green, white, and red. The Mexican flag. It's gonna be called Los Necronos, and they're gonna have metal, wide brim sombreros and ponchos.
There's so
Oh
many
yeah, it's gonna be
jokes. There's so
fantastic.
many
No, I'm not doing that.
You
But I don't
should
know
do
what
that.
color scheme I could do. I can't do teal.
No. Or purple.
Oh, she said purple because that's the next. I was like, I'm thinking purple. Now here's
God.
like a dark blackish purple, right?
It's
With
not purple.
gold as the metal. Purple
Gold?
and gold. Yep. If I could paint my teeth purple and have a gold one right up front, I would do it.
You would be gangster.
No. Yeah.
I believe it's gangsta. Gangsta.
So anyway,
Yeah.
so Studio Necrons is on the way. Studio Chaos Dwarfs are on the way. Found out Chaos Dwarfs in that book that I got at Adepticon. They're official. It's an official list, just like anything else that they publish. And my Chaos Dwarfs worked out great at Valhalla. We did a test run for them. Well, I talked about this on another video. I won't go into it, lest you fall asleep in the interim.
No, I'm good.
So there you go.
John
What
is
else?
painting up a Super Dungeon Explorer, and I'm gonna play
Oh
that.
yeah, he's just doing it.
I'm pretty excited.
like, did you get assigned this? He's like, nope, I'm just doing it.
No, like,
Couldn't
'cause-
stand to see it
well,
unpainted.
we had ordered it, remember, because I wanted
Yeah.
to play it,
Yeah.
and then we had it assembled, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared. And I
Yeah.
freaked out. I was like,
Right.
who has this game because I want to play it, you know? And then come to find out, like, John had seen it, took it, and stashed it, because, like, he was going to paint it, and he wants to play it. So.
And he has. He's been
Yeah,
painting it
he's
up.
been hanging it, so I'm
Yeah.
excited about that one.
So there's that.
Yeah.
So Valhalla, yeah, Valhalla was awesome.
What was your favorite food up there that you ate?
Oh, my favorite food. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a toughie. Because I like them all. The hamburgers.
Really?
Hamburger lunch. I don't know. I think it was just because I was really super hungry. Oddly, because you're usually just stuffing your face
Yeah.
constantly up
Yeah.
there. But that hamburger was just like, it was like this full bite of heaven. It was so good. And what's happening is in my old age, my taste buds are starting to go.
Yeah.
That's a real thing, turns
Seriously?
out. Yeah. Well, I still taste everything. I love my food.
So does that mean
but
you need it
it means I
spicier?
can tolerate spicier things. And that is opening up a whole new
Yeah.
array
Yeah.
of hedonistic pleasure for me.
You know what we should do this week, by the way?
Yeah, what's that?
Indian food.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's do it. A little bit of curry, spice up your life. You know how that started? You know how I ended up eating Indian food to begin with? Red Dwarf. The main character on a sci-fi British comedy
I know what
series
Red
called
Dwarf
Red
is.
Dwarf.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He always eats chicken vindaloo. And
I
I
just wanna
became
stop you
curious because
really
they never
fast.
showed it or told you what it was.
You really think I don't know what Red Dwarf is? Like, I've worked here for 2 years now.
Yeah.
Like, I think I
Oh,
have
that's
some
true.
nerd
All right.
credit,
Oh,
a
there
little
you
bit.
go. Nerd cred.
A little bit. Like, I've worked
You
here for
heard
how
it here
long?
first.
I think I should just get a little bit, but I do know what it is. Okay,
You
sorry.
should.
So he eats curry?
So anyway, curry. I don't know where I was going with that. So, but my favorite food was what is hot dog and
The hamburger.
hamburger. Well, what's funny is when we got home with the leftovers, we had no hot dogs but hot dog buns,
Right.
and we had hamburger patties but no hamburger buns.
Right.
So guess what I did? I tore a patty in half and stuck it on a hot dog bun and called that a day.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
Is there always a lot of leftovers?
Yeah. Yeah, usually. Usually we split them up.
Yeah.
So Valhalla, what did I do? I played lots of war games, and I really didn't ever leave the mansion / cabin thing that we go in, right? So I was just up there the whole time. I super enjoy like being out on the deck, you know, and just all those pine trees and the river. It was spring in Utah. It wasn't intolerable. I mean, it wasn't
No,
bad.
but you definitely needed
But the
like
June one, it's always a little cooler up in the mountains.
Right. Yeah.
So I think the June Valhalla is going to be perfect. The greenery will be out, and so get your ticket now. It's like 8 weeks away.
Yeah.
We're doing them every 2 months through October, and
October
whatever you do,
would be
make it
really
to
cool
Valhalla.
though,
That's all
because
I have
that's
to
fall. October would be cool.
say.
That's fall.
No, that is true.
Really colorful and pretty out there.
But it almost doesn't matter because the wargaming aspect is inside.
Yeah.
So you modulate a little bit. You go out on this deck. So it's kind of like camping. It has a bit of a camping feel, I'm going to say. It's not like camping.
Tell them your story about how you went down to the bottom of the deck.
Oh yeah, it's on like this mountainous ravine, I guess. And
So when
me
you
and a guest were like, hey, let's go to the bottom of the ravine.
So when you look out on the balcony, you look down. And
it's maybe 100 feet.
There's
down.
a hill, and then there's like a little creek or something underneath there.
No, the perspective is deceiving. I actually ate dirt a couple of times trying to get down there, and I stepped on a wobbly rock trying to get through the stream, and put my foot in up to the kneecap.
Did you climb up
Foot
to
into
get
the
back up?
kneecap. We tried. We tried climbing, and we had to like circumnavigate and like kind of go up at an
Who did
angle.
this with you?
And we were like, it was Benton English.
Oh,
Yeah,
good gosh.
and we tried to like grab. By the way, you're famous now. We tried to like grab the branches and stuff and like make it up. Yeah.
And Benton's he's a pretty active guy.
Yeah, he is.
So.
He's a West Point guy. He's gone through basic training, and I watched a movie called Basic Training. I'm sorry, I don't know. I assume that's a movie. Like, every brain comes back to us laughing hysterically. No, but seriously, I want to get on my other channel and I want to do some shows that are the like uncensored, not like gross, right?
But we are a little bit inappropriate.
Well, here's the
sometimes.
deal. My intention is to make it where you could have a 10-year-old child watching this show,
Right.
and that would be okay.
Yeah.
Except this time.
I would never go down there though. That's crazy.
yeah.
Because I look at it and why would you do that ever?
But anyway, so you're up in this cabin, and the cabin is like, I mean, the trees must be like 200 feet tall.
Yeah.
And they almost actually reach the balcony, the
Right.
branches do, and it smells so good. It's fresh air, it's mountain air, it smells like snow and pine trees. And it's just like, I think it really does you good to be up there.
I think so too. It was fun.
And it's nice surroundings, and yeah, it's really super. And the wargaming is ridiculous. So the vision for the June Valhalla is we have some guests, and over the next I don't know how long, maybe 2 to 4 weeks, we'll keep it open.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm going to fill the rest of it with promoters. So I'm going to get people from podcasts. From Wargaming News, and they're going to come out and do their podcasts or whatever live, and I'm going to get these new games, and we're going to play some of the new games coming out on the market and review them. And so it'll be kind of like everybody gets something good out of this. Yeah. The makers of the games will want in on it because it'll be a concentration of advertisement for their games.
Right.
Exposure. There's the risk, though, that it could be not good. We might not like the game, but what we'll probably end up is a real, genuine critique of it. These are the strong points. You know, it might be good for this person, but not for this other person. And then the promoters will get to see the games, and they'll also get some prestige from being out there.
Right.
You know, live from Sundance.
Right.
Sponsored by
really
Blue Table Painting.
Plus
see, and we'll get that. We'll be kind of like the logo on the, sports car driver. That we'll get some cross-pollination there too. So anyway, why do you laugh every time I say that?
I don't know, because it's such a weird thing to say.
Cross-pollination? Do you think it's funny when I say pollination? Okay, go ahead. Get it out of your system. No, you do. You've got another story. We always have more stories.
Do I have another
There's
story?
one never-ending story around here.
I don't think I do, actually.
Really
I'm pretty boring right now.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I almost got in a car wreck on the way up to the
wow.
roller derby game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's not tell that story.
You know why?
No.
Maybe a good one.
Well, because people will be like, yeah, I'm fine, but don't let Shannon drive.
Well, you probably shouldn't let me drive, and I'm going to tell the story now, because it really wasn't my fault, okay?
Oh, because I told her not to. Whatever you do, don't cut my hair for free. I forbid it, young lady.
When we're talking about money, it's a completely different story. But, so I'm driving out to Salt Lake, and it's about 45 minutes from where we are, and this lady is in front of me, and in Utah, we have horrible drivers here. Horrible, the worst drivers on the planet. I'm pretty sure are here in Utah.
The number one thing they do is if you put on your blinker and you politely just try and, so you can make your exit or whatever it is, they will speed up and block you.
Well, my biggest pet peeve...
Do they do that anywhere else in the world? Because it seems like a regular thing. Like, I expect that. If I put on my blinker and start to move over, it's a 70% chance the person will actually press on the gas pedal and make it.
Well, my biggest thing when people drive in the passing lane, which they call it the fast lane here.
Right.
But it's not the fast lane, it's the passing lane. So what people do is they get in this lane, it's the far left
lane. They put on their cruise control for the speed limit.
And they go 65 in this lane, and they will not move over for nothing for you. Right. So this lady, is ahead of me. She can get over, I can't get past her at this point, right? And so I'm kind of a little bit close to her.
There it is. She softens the truth.
I'm letting her know that I need her to move over.
Wait, let her know how. Are you putting on your blinker? Are you putting on your brights? Are you honking the horn?
No, I'm just very close behind her. So she knows that I need her to move over and get out of my way.
Oh, how considerate. How nice of you to... Once you're close enough, that politely lets the other person know they need to get over. Okay, so what?
So, she doesn't move over. In fact, she slams on her brakes.
Oh,
wow. So, this old lady, like, I'm going to say she's about 65.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so, slams on her brakes.
65 ain't that far up. By the way, she's only 22 years older than me. Go ahead.
That's older. So, I get really upset at this point, right? And I'm like, screw you, lady, you know? So I slow down, go around the car that's next to her, go around the other lane, so I'm clear in the right lane. I go past and I'm speeding up. She sees that I'm going in the middle lane now, so she goes to the middle lane as well. She's speeding up now to try to pass me. We came probably inches from hitting each other as we both went into this lane. And I just slammed on my brakes. I let the old lady win because I had a couple of guests with me, and I realized how crazy this made me that I was like going after this lady, you know? So, yeah, it was pretty close and pretty scary, but the lady kept it on too. She would not let me pass her. Like, she was crazy. So there you go. Pretty sure one day I'll get shot by my driving.
People go nuts on the freeway.
It was crazy. Yeah. It was absolutely crazy.
I get in the slow lane, and I'm good. I'm golden. Yeah. Preferably there's a giant truck in front of me, kind of clearing the way.
Yeah.
I'm like, go slow,
but they go really slow.
My large brother. I'm like a remora.
My large
those animals, those fish that like go under the whales and stuff like that. I get behind a truck. I make sure he can see me from his rear view mirror because I know they like that.
Isn't there a thing where if you get close enough that you can just ride in their wind, I guess?
Oh yeah, that is a thing.
Gas mileage?
Well, the geese flying a V formation because the front goose is breaking wind. He's hitting the still air first.
Right. Yeah.
And no, it's a real thing. Yeah. It's a real thing. You get pulled along in their wake, and apparently they don't like that.
Well, I would imagine.
Do you slow them down somehow? I think you do.
Do you?
Yeah. So, but not me. I just kind of hang out there, and sometimes I realize that like everyone else in the car is looking at me like, are you going to go at least in the middle lane at some point? No. No, I'm not. I'm golden.
I'm a very aggressive driver.
I'm too old for this crap.
You're not an aggressive.
And by the way, I love it. I don't know why, but I think that's great. The times I've been driving with Shannon, and she's had a mild episode.
There's usually some swear words and
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I get
gesticulations.
Pretty
wild gesticulations.
I know.
Driving with her kneecaps to keep both hands free.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but yeah, I don't know how to be a better person. Like, do people like go to classes for road rage or something? Is that a thing?
Well, I am in agreement with you in that people should not get in the fast lane.
It's not the fast lane.
Whatever speed.
You have to quit calling it the fast lane.
Right.
It is not the fast lane, it's the passing lane.
So anyway, they go, and then people are just passing them on the right. Passing them on the right.
And it's illegal to pass them on that side.
Yeah, and I'm like,
because you can't see them.
if 5 people pass you on the right,
Right.
you really should, just out of common courtesy, you should move over.
Yeah.
You should, and that's, I don't know, growing up, that's kind of got ingrained. Like I have almost a compulsion for it. But growing up in Oregon, there are a lot of one-lane dirt roads.
Right.
Not one lane either way.
Right.
There's only one lane.
Right.
So what they have is they have turnouts all the way up in the mountains. Yeah, hillbilly, by the way.
And I love how you're so
half
worried about
hillbilly
your
on
teeth.
my.
Are they all real?
Yeah, they're all real. I have all my own teeth. So that was my grandmama's advice to me.
Keep all your teeth.
Yep, I asked. So I'm sitting there with. Oh, this is the best. I'm sitting there with my wife, and I'm like, Grandma, do you have any advice for me? What would be the #1 thing that you would tell me? And she says, Sean, keep your own teeth, because there's nothing like eating with your own teeth. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll have to keep my thing. And she turns to my wife. She's like, I have some advice for you too. Obey your husband. Oh yeah! I'm like, you're so wise, Grandmama. Yeah. Yep. That the man has sense, and really the decision making should be relegated to him.
What?
And
Is this really?
that the woman should really go along. Yeah, that was one of her regrets in life, that she didn't listen to her husband more.
Wow. Wow.
Awesome.
There
didn't change a thing.
There's not many men in this world that I would listen to,
Really?
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 I'm smarter than 90%
you'd be,
of them.
in this theoretical thing,
Yeah.
you'd be married to a man, but you wouldn't respect him enough.
I would respect him, but
do
I don't
what he said.
I don't think respecting is having somebody tell you what to do and doing
Hold
it.
on, I've almost done opening this can of worms. Blah! Oh yeah, it's on now.
Yeah.
Oh, you just gave me a look.
I did.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I want to ask Sarah about
go
this
ahead.
whole conversation. I
Go ahead.
think that would be an interesting one
that's
to
fine.
have her in on.
Yeah.
But yeah. I've never been married, so I don't know.
My opinion on the matter.
You know.
Oh, I just got over-talked.
I did.
Turn about
I'm going to
straight
do
away.
it. Actually, yeah, I'm going to win this one. I don't think you should listen to one person. I think it should be a mutual thing. You
That's
know
what I
what I
was
mean?
about
Like, you
to
make
say.
decisions together. It shouldn't be one person telling them what to do all the time. Like, you're not Tammy's dad, you know. Her husband is a partnership, so.
Oh, I'm her
There's
daddy,
that.
all right.
You know what I mean? Keep it clean. This is the G station. PG.
So that is what I was going to say.
Right.
That you have a nation of two,
Right.
and it's difficult. You can't just one person can't just.
But you
pull
know what's
rank,
interesting?
or just get their way all the time. You have to reason it out.
You know, people didn't used to.
But the man should have the final say.
Boo. Boo. But it's funny because, like, in the 60s and stuff, they did
I'm like the
listen to
vice
their men.
president.
No, listen to me.
In the 60s?
Yeah.
Way back in the 60s.
That was like 50 years ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, come
Okay,
on.
go
That was
ahead.
a long time.
I'm sorry, I still
You
think of
were
the 60s
forget.
as kind of recent.
It wasn't. It was
Yeah,
50
okay,
years
go
ago.
ahead.
Okay, so they listened to their husbands a lot more then. It was the man ruled the house, and you know what I mean? It was a lot. But there weren't a lot of divorces back then. But now, since the whole partnership thing came
Well,
along.
do you think there's correlation there? Wow. Please, everybody, chime in the comments.
I think that women started standing up for themselves and they decided not to take it anymore. Yeah. There you go.
Take it?
Yeah. I don't think men always make the best decisions.
Oh, no, not at all.
No.
But you're implying that somehow there's some sort of universal subjugation involved with that whole concept. So, there you go.
A little bit, maybe.
Well, but see, you said it's a mutual thing.
Right.
So, male, female, equal chance of not being right, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a horrible conversation to get on to.
No, I think it's fine.
I want to ask.
I think
Sarah what
it's
she thinks.
it's a societal commentary.
Yeah.
You know, and like my mom was a real stand by your man type,
Right.
and that didn't work out so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what her big lesson was, No, man, not always right. Sometimes you have to dig your heels in and say, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Right.
And and I remember having that conversation with her. And I think it's important to, in a marriage, you really do have to work things out. And if you're going to get leverage or whatever your idea is, I guess, you just have to do it through persuasion and reason. And sometimes you gotta just apologize, and that is tough going both ways. Yeah. It's really tough going both ways. Somebody at Valhalla asked me if the institution of marriage was suited for everyone. Oh, wow! Minefield ahead, right? And so.
What was your answer?
I rejected the premise of the question because he said everyone. Right. He used a sort of an absolute term to couch the question. That there's not one person in the entire 6 billion inhabitants of the earth who this institution isn't suited for. And the answer is, well, of course not. But the question would be as well, what is it suited for? But that's a discussion for another day.
Yeah.
All right, anyway.
All right, I gotta go to work, so let's wrap this up.
Let's get rid of that whole segment. Oh, seriously.
No, that was funny. That was
oh my gosh, I lose like 500 subscribers every time we open a can of worms like that.
Do we?
Yes. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know.
Over the course, I think it's been many thousands of people have stopped. That something I said somewhere along the line didn't jive with how they were living their lives and how they believed, and they're like, this is terrible, I'm out of here. Well, guess what? Not everyone's going to believe like you do, and I accept that. Yeah. And just because I say, well, I think or believe this certain way, doesn't mean I'm pushing that on someone else.
Right.
It's more of like I'm opening the doors to the freak show. I'm like, 2 bits of gander, here's my life. Isn't that interesting? I wonder what everyone else is doing. Basically. Right. That's kind of my thing right now. I've become very
and it's interesting because we read the comments and we'd love to hear what you guys think about it, actually. We read them and they're entertaining as well. So.
Well, and everyone comes, I'm a firm believer in one size does not fit all. And
I don't know. I like the way you say stuff sometimes. It's funny.
You're welcome. You know, and people have different experiences, and here's mine. Right. And you know, I like having different people around. So, all right. Well, off we go then. Hope you enjoyed the morning show.
Which is the mid-afternoon show.
Indeed.